Good morning, everyone. This is Uma come to you live on Friday the 13th. What are the odds of that? To do a little video about COVID-19 outbreak concerns, just things that have been coming across my timeline in real life and online, of course. And I wanted to say a little bit something about it because I know that a lot of people in my area are looking to see what I have to say about channeled messages about this that um, you know uh, that are a little bit more supernatural in nature, the messages, than say the government or the healthcare practitioners. And yeah, so I'm going to share about that. I actually am going to be sharing a lot more about that tonight with Benita Woods of the Benita Woods Wellness Institute. Benita's a known channeler in our area, and I'm very excited to hear the messages that she's received about COVID-19 and what this is about tonight. And I'll be supporting her tonight as we talk about the messages that we've received. But what I really wanted to come on here and to tell you guys is the way I'm handling it and the information I'd like to share with you that's hopefully helpful to you. So the first thing is that some people are accusing me of being fearmongering and driving fear because of the posts that I've been making. And this is what I want to tell you. The posts, every single one of them, if you read them, they're filled with love, they're filled with advice, and they focus on planning. Okay? They're not focused on panic, they're focused on planning. I received messages last year summer that this was going to happen. So I have been I've had enough time to prepare. So I'm doing well. And it's because of the behavior of what's happening right now is what is making, to me, channelers, people like me, seers, prophets, whoever, nervous to come out and share the messages that we've received because there is so much judgment and fear and panic going around that I wouldn't be remiss to mention the fear of my own safety in channeling my own messages. The thing is I got messages last year. I paid heed to the messages and I started making changes, and then this is here. So I'm okay. About 2 weeks ago, I got more messages. And about 2 weeks ago, I was given the more messages, which was about stock up on food for a month um, and things of that nature. So I started just letting people know 2 weeks ago, before this all dropped in on us. I said, start stocking up on food. But again, not panic, not like we're going to die or it's going to be crazy. Just have enough food. Because the reasoning behind me saying stock up on food is if you unfortunately get sick, which we know many of us will survive, it's, epidemic that seems to have a very large survival rate. So if we get sick, we want to have food at home so we don't have to unnecessarily go out to the grocery store to get gas, whatever. So 2 weeks ago, I stocked up on food, I stocked up my gas, I did all the things I needed to do so that way if I needed to be home, I can be home. I'm sharing that message with you again. Okay. I know we're in the middle of it. I know it's going to get worse. And I just want to prepare you for that by just gently reminding you that a lot of this can be avoided by just planning. I did tap into the universal consciousness about what all of this is. And I want to remind you that this is not new in the world. Actually, I have some statistics here to share with you guys because this is not new in the world. From my research, we've had pandemics before. Okay, in 1918, we had the Spanish flu, and the Spanish flu actually killed 50 million people. In 1957, we had the Asian flu. That killed 2 million people. In 2009, we had the swine flu, and that killed 200,000 people. So the one thing I want to show you is that we as human beings, we are getting really smart. And thanks to our technology, thanks to our education, thanks even to social media for us spreading the word, we're defeating this a lot better. Of course, in 1918, when they had the Spanish flu that affected 50 million people, that killed 50 million people, they didn't have social media. So people reporting and saying, this is what's happening in my neck of the woods. People be aware, people be careful. They didn't have, even simple hand washing techniques or sanitation or things of that nature. All the beautiful products we have. As you guys know, I'm doTERRA. So I've been getting a lot of signups, people wanting to sign up with me and join my team for doTERRA because of all the products we have. But the thing is like, whether you're doTERRA, whether you're my friend, she's Shackley. I have another friend that's Arbonne. It doesn't matter. The thing is that we have so many more resources now than we did way back when. And that's why I feel very confident and very positive that this is not going to affect us as the swine flu did, the Spanish flu did back then when 50 million people died. Are there going to be deaths? I get a lot of questions about that. Yes, there are going to be deaths. Are there going to be deaths in the US? Yes, there's going to be deaths in the US. And then I get asked, are there going to be deaths in Virginia? Yes, there's going to be deaths in Virginia. In life, everything is balance. It's yin, it's yang. It's ebb, it's flow. Okay? And there is a natural order that we may not understand. And the natural order is righting itself. Okay? You can take that as you will. Sometimes when I say that, people say, "Oh, so you're all for, the natural order being restored and people are dying." No, I'm never for people dying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that things are happening as they should be. What I'd like to do as a seer is to help people by just reminding them that there's little things we can do. That whole social distancing thing, it's not a punishment. And it's really interesting to see people react on social media like they're teenagers getting punished, right? Or grounded. And what do teenagers do, right? They rebel, they sneak out in the middle of the night. So I have a lot of my friends showing me these big fancy gala dinners they're going to and, all these things. And I'm like, all right, it's not that the world's telling you to stay at your house as a punishment. It's just saying be mindful, because who you come in contact with may not have an immune system the way you have an immune system. In fact, some of you think that you have a strong immune system and you probably don't. None of us would know except a doctor or a medical person. So sometimes I get, we heard about the poor, unfortunate 25-year-old man who died I believe it was in Washington. He was one of the earlier cases, and that shocked people. It didn't shock me, because the truth is we unless we're being seen by a doctor, we don't know what's going on within us internally. So don't make the assumption if you're young, oh, I'm 20 something years old and there's a $35 ticket to New York, I'm going to take it. Now is not the time to YOLO. It isn't. Okay. We want you to, not just YOLO, we want you to live a very long time. What's that? Live very long time. LVLT. We want you to LVLT. Okay. And the truth is that unless you really know your immune system is up there, like you've had your numbers run, had lab tests done, it's not something that you really want to take a chance with. So when the officials are telling you social distancing, stay home, don't attend that festival, don't attend that workshop, listen to them. I've transitioned pretty much 95% of my classes and services online now. I got a lot of heat for it because people were saying again that I was fear mongering and, adding to the confusion and whatnot. And I said, no, I'm being smart. And I'm also being respectful, because the majority of people that come to my studio, my metaphysical center in Manassas, are over the age of 50. And they're elderly and they have health conditions. And as much as they would love to come to a class with me, it's it would be irresponsible of me to have them at a class. And that's all I'm asking you guys to do, is just to think not about yourselves. I understand the money situation. I work for myself. I'm self-employed. I don't have a pension or employee sick leave days or anything like that. If I don't work, I don't make money. So I totally get that. But this is, again, another reason why we're really having to look at the benefits of what we're going through. Not saying that I'm glad the virus is here. And I know I have to keep saying these things. People are like, why is she? I know she means that, but you wouldn't believe how your words can be twisted. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying all the time, when things happen, you have to look at your life and you have to be thankful for what is working and not focus on the negative. We've been teaching that in metaphysics, Buddhism, yogic path for years, for centuries. You have to look at the positive. And the positive of this is that many of us have been living that YOLO lifestyle. We haven't had savings. We haven't put away for a rainy day. We haven't had food in the house or simple basic things like a first aid kit, right? So now that this is happening, what we're doing is we're really in panic, but we're blaming the wrong people. We're blaming the government for shutting down schools because we don't have childcare established, or we don't have daycare, or we don't have food or whatnot, right? We're blaming the wrong things. And I'm speaking out on it because being a woman and living in so many different states and having so many different demographics of friends, I know personally that the majority of us really have wasted money. We have. And especially coming from a third world country where I've seen some real struggles and real pain, a lot of us in America, we've been living above our means. We've been living above our means. So we are saying that we can't afford food to feed our children, but our nails are done. We have a cute purse. Our hair is done because we go to the salon every 2 weeks. We get our nails done, whatever. There's ways for us to provide for ourselves and our children, but we just have not been. And this is not a judgment call at all. This is not, a talking down to. This is just me creating awareness that this is a wake-up call for all of us. This virus, the way that we're having to shut down and really depend on ourselves as the communities are closing to us, it's a wake-up call for all of us to look at our lives and say, okay, have I been really living outside of my means? Do I have an emergency fund set up? Do I have money put away? If the government, for whatever reason, was to, because we've seen it, it's not just now in Italy, right? It's not just in Italy where they shut down the country, or San Salvador where they shut down the country, or China. It's happened in New York already, right? Where the guards, I forgot the name, they came in and shut down a community. And that can very well happen to us here in Virginia or everywhere else in the United States. The military can come in and shut us down and say, all right, you guys are in a timeout for a week or 2 weeks or whatnot. So do we have the means to survive? And that's what we want to look at. So in going forward, my impressions are to lie somewhere on the line between the really lax YOLO people and the doomsday preppers. You have to find that middle ground. Yes, prepare, plan, right? But then also enjoy your life, have fun, because buying into the fear is not going to help you or anybody else. It's just going to increase the anxiety of the planet. Don't do that. But you have to walk that fine line. I had someone say to me, someone dear to me, actually say to me recently that, and she didn't accuse me of it. She just asked a simple question, which I loved because it really spawned me on speaking up more about how I feel about this. But I was putting out a lot of posts about raise your vibration. Like I put out a post that said, do something that makes you happy. Because when you're happy, you're at a higher vibration. And when you're at a higher vibration, then you're not in that low vibration of fear or panic. And then I started putting out the posts about prepare, social distancing, wash your hands, things like that. So she said, with the whole social distancing thing, if you're not going to events or choosing not to go to events, in a way, doesn't that seem hypocritical? Because you're talking about raise your vibration. And I said to her, it's not hypocritical at all. This is the duality that's on this planet. You can absolutely raise your vibration and stay at a high vibration and then still practice safe practices, such as social distancing. So I want to just really state that point, that you're not being hypocritical by helping people, cheering people on to stay positive, stay happy, focus on the good things, and still yet stock your home for a month, buy things to last you for a month, cut down on going out as much as you used to, pretty much just making a change in lifestyle for right now. It's not hypocritical. It's just being smart. And it's really behooving me to see that people can't make that decision, that you can do both things and still be thriving, right? So that's my message today. I'm going to speak more about this tonight with Bonita. We're doing a Facebook Live. If you want to find me, my name on Facebook is Uma Alexandra BPAT. You can find me there and follow along as we do it live. And basically, we're just going to be talking about these channel messages that we've received from Spirit about right now. Like I've shared with you the channel messages I received last year's summer that brought me to this, and why I'm prepared for it, because I saw it coming. And I just want to share with you tonight what else I see coming, because I do see more coming. And I'm going to try my best to share it, but not to get you guys in a panic, because again, this is a natural order of things. It's happening. And where I'd like to see people is not fight it, not resist it, but just accept it and then do all the things they can do to not only save their own lives, but save the lives of everyone around them, whether they know them or not, right? Me choosing to take my classes online, I was, if not the first in the area, because I did that before the whole social distancing start. I always seem to be a week or 2 weeks ahead of things. And Rob, my partner, told me that. He's like, you're always a week or 2 weeks ahead of things, because I get the message and I act quickly. I act quickly. And I do that because I understand the nature of how things move. When things are going to move, they're going to move. So if you delay on things, it's not going to help you or anybody else. And my decision to go online with my classes and services wasn't to protect me so much, because, like most of you, I'm healthy. I'm within that bracket of people that tend to survive this. But I was thinking about my clients and my students. Again, most of them in an older generation, older bracket. I'd like to see that from you. That's my call. That's my plea to you. When you're deciding to go out to an event, think twice about it and think about, I may not be able to get this or have this, but I can be a carrier of this. And then who am I coming in contact with? Like this event I'm going to, are there older people there? Are people, having suppressed immune systems? So we can all do our part really and truly by the social distancing, and just trying to do our part in that way. So thank you guys for watching and for listening. I hope that this was helpful in some way. I have more channeled messages coming through, and I'm going to be on in just about a minute on YouTube to do a video on the difference between a seer, a medium, a psychic, and a channeler, because I do all of those things at my center, the Lotus and Light Metaphysical Center. And I think now more than anything, we need to talk about what are the differences between those roles. And I really want to share that with you guys, because there's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of confusion. And if I can do my part to eradicate that confusion, then I feel like I've helped in some kind of way. If you like this video, please like it on YouTube. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'll be having more videos roll out on a daily basis. And I hope that you can join me as we spread Love and light, peace and prosperity and abundance to the world. Thank you so much.